Howdy folks, Nathan Adlin here with the Fast Lane car, and this is something special. It's not a regular 4Runner. This is the 2015 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. What that means is a lot more suspension, a lot more attitude, and some other goodies here and there to make this thing very off-road worthy. But the question is, how does it do in real-world driving? How does it do 0 to 60s? Well, let's find out. What you're seeing once again, 4-liter V6. Wow, that goes with everything Toyota seems to make nowadays. This one puts out 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque, and it's hooked up to a 5-speed automatic transmission, obviously to a 4-wheel drive system, a very robust 4-wheel drive system. And then on top of that, it has a heavy-duty suspension. On top of all that, it has some extra goodies on the outside and the inside to make it look and feel a little different. Now you got to remember, with all the TRD vehicles we're currently playing with, they're all pre-production, so there are a couple things here and there that we're not able to quote, including price and some other things. But at least we're going to have a chance to take this bad boy on the streets and see how quickly it'll move.
All right, shut the air conditioning off, just kind of a bummer given that it's about 90 degrees. All right, here we go, 0 to 60 in the 2015 TRD Pro 4Runner. Just right off the line, not torquing it or anything. Takes a second. It's definitely, you can feel like the engine's having a little bit of a tough time moving this much heft. Yeah, 10.69. Now remember, we're over a mile above sea level here. This closed course is, we think, around 6,000 feet elevation. So that definitely affects horsepower. But also, it's about 90 degrees, and that doesn't help it much either. Andre was driving this thing, and so he's got like the lumbar support set at maximum and the seat heat at maximum, so he's trying to torture me. Angry Russian. Now, shutting off the traction control is not always the right way to go with getting a faster 0 to 60 time. It really depends on the vehicle, but we've found that in some cases you're able to rev a little bit harder, and it lets you sometimes go closer to red line or sometimes even over it. It depends on the vehicle. I'm going to rev it to about 2,000 RPM, see if we can get a slightly better time than, what was that, 10.6. Away we go. Still seems like it's dealing with that heft. Slower, 10.93. That wasn't the way to go. All right. Now remember, we call it real world testing, and the reason we call it that is because we're not on a low altitude track with nitrogen in the tires, with a 90-pound weakling driving the truck, with a quarter of a tank of gas, with the optimum air temperature at 6:30 in the morning. Just driving it the way you guys drive it. So that time, well, frankly, that's just fairly accurate for regular people driving on a regular on-ramp in regular traffic. Look at it that way.
So, over a mile above sea level, you lose power. 0 to 60 in this one was 10.4. That was the best I could do. That's not too bad. It's a heavy vehicle and it has a lot of extra goodies on it that don't really help it with aerodynamics or weight. So I would say that it's okay, and in city traffic it squirts just fine. Is it as good as the equivalent Jeep Grand Cherokee? Well, I don't know about off-road, but on-road the Grand Cherokee feels a little bit more buttoned down and a little bit more road happy. So at least I could say that. But at least this thing does move out of its own way. I'm very curious to see what we're going to be able to do with this baby off-road. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. Do not forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and reviews. See you later. About right about now is, hey, wait a minute, I'm watching this on TFL Car, or hey, wait a minute, I'm watching this on TFL Truck. That's right, this is one of those rare occasions where we are cross-pollinating. We are taking a truck channel and a car channel and combining them for one awesome video. And why, do you ask, are we doing this? Why are we combining these two things together, which we've never done before? Very simple. It's what you're looking at right now, and it's pretty damn fantastic. Howdy folks, Nathan Adlin here with the Fast Lane Car and the Fast Lane Truck, and we have a special occasion. Toyota went and gave us these two badass TRD Pros to take off-road just this weekend. And well, that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're putting it on both channels because this represents some of the best stuff you can get in a truck of this kind. And this represents some of the best stuff you can get in a crossover SUV, badass off-roader of this kind. And I said crossover because some of you people still don't understand the difference between the two, so I figured I'd throw it all together. So, coming up next, we're just gonna take these babies off-road and see how they do.